Well, the good news is when you're looking for those really weird, fashionable dick pics, you want to make sure you popped on that NordVPN. Don't let anyone else know. You don't want to make sure that no one else knows what you're into, and that's exactly what NordVPN will do for you. Fashionable dick pics for you instantly. We've curated, put together a calendar, maybe even 3D next year. Just wait for it. You love it. Think about it. Ooh, there's September. There you go. But the good news, Dave, is that
he also does weddings.
Tell us a little bit about some wedding action you've had in the past.
What's the craziest thing you've seen at a wedding?
Midget?
Yes!
No. I was worried about doing weddings at first, just because I wanted to make sure I liked it before I did it. Well, it turns out I love weddings because they're
good for
weddings. At least the ones I did so far were incredible.
You can say fucking. You mean fucking incredible?
Yeah, no, they're fucking okay. So
he's trying to present himself a certain way.
Not only that.
Okay, so for tit for tat. Okay.
No, I've been trying to not curse because I have an 18-month-old.
And Daddy's on this podcast.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, but I guess it's going into
the ether.
Yeah. No, they're fucking awesome.
That is a lovely thing to add to the baby book.
Right after the dick pics and the weddings,
Daddy was fucking here.
And now you're trying to censor yourself to be a decent human being. That's adorable.
No, dude, I used to curse horribly. Every other word was, here's a little extra fuck sauce, whatever. Yeah.
Sprinkle the fuck sauce.
Yes.
You want your kids to not do it until it's time for them to do it. I completely understand.
And what's bad right now is my kids at the time to where you say one word and it's oh, hey,
that's
new
mine
word.
too
This
now.
is mine. Yeah.
So basically, at the end of the day, use your fucks wisely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that you have a lot of room to learn on, my man.
No.
So yeah, the wedding. So I haven't done much. I'm about to jump into it real hard. But so far in the few weddings I did, I think I've been offered pretty much every drug, and seen more fights than if I'd have stood at the greenhouse at 2:00 in the morning. I think I've seen more fights at weddings already.
The greenhouse. That's a deep cut.
Oh boy.
Twice. It was the greenhouse, and it was something else, and it was the greenhouse again, but
the
a different
greenhouse
sign.
part too, right? Yeah. There was a middle.
Yeah,
one.
there was definitely that place had a fucking time portal to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I actually learned a lot of bar etiquette at that place,
and life lessons.
I went out with my brother-in-law and my sister, and. Okay, for reference, at this place, if you are bored at 2:00 in the morning, you go right to the greenhouse, because there's 60 people in one room, and there's one 2-foot wide door that everybody needs to leave at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So one person's bumping into another person, and it's probably a dude that talked to another chick that knew this guy. So there's at least 3 or 4 fights every night at the greenhouse on the weekend. So
just so y'all know, that the alcohol was served from ice chests.
Yeah.
When they would make White Russians for the women, the milk was in milk jugs from Frank's Supermarket on ice behind the bar. They didn't have coolers. They had ice chests. Ice chests.
It also smelled like seafood because you had the seafood restaurant right next to it.
It's perfect.
It's perfect, yeah.
And it also smelled like seafood because of the girls on the dance floor.
Yes.
I'm just glad that they're using milk jugs as opposed to breast milk of a crack whore. So
that's only
it's a scaled
Ohio,
up establishment at that point.
Yeah, that's only in Ohio. We don't do that down here.
Okay.
We're better than you.
No, that's Dundalk, Maryland. You have to pay to get into that horrible place.
So yeah, weddings are cool. For example, I was outside after. Dude, this is a 12-hour day. which it's cool. Like I rather long days of shooting with people because like I really like to get to know people and take pictures of them because like
They get comfortable with you.
Yeah,
and
they get
stuff.
comfortable.
Yeah.
I get comfortable with them. They get comfortable with me. I like putting people in their element, But like the longer I can shoot or the longer I can have with somebody, the better the pictures come out across the board. It's easier for me because they're cool pictures because you're relaxed in front of the camera. But anyway. Yeah, dude, this is after like 12 hours of like running back and forth up the bayou down. This is all down the bayou, but like I was up and down the bayou all day because it's just me and I had to go photograph like the groom and the bride and the groom and the bride and these people and that people. So like, dude, I'm doing 70 on 308. Like it was nuts. So like at the end of the night, literally like I think I sat down for like 20, 30 minutes like that whole day. Loved the whole time because I had something to do. But talking to some people outside, pretty much like making my raps to go home, telling everybody goodbye and thank you and this and that. And like this chick comes up to me and is like, "Hey."
The chick sounds like that.
Yes.
A chick sounds like that.
I'm in golden medal.
Okay.
Dude, you want to do whippets?
Oh, fucking.
I retract my statement of that question. I like her already.
Yeah, well, like,
That's how people down the bayou are, though. They're very friendly and they like to share.
yeah.
Especially weapons.
And look, like, this is like, so like, this is like an abrupt, like, drug
Yeah, instant.
here. Yeah, like, hey, have some drugs. Like, the whole day, it was like, oh, we did some acid. You want to smoke? I mean, we did some shrooms. Or like the whole day was just like kind of.
Yeah, but whippets are like $35 a box. That's an investment and of time, not money.
And
that's time.
And look, like this is how crazy it was too, because like I was asked to do all that stuff all day, and then like this chick comes out of nowhere and like, hey, whippets, and I'm like, I'm getting paid.
That's
to
my
be
drug of choice.
Yeah, like I'm getting paid to be here.
Like, nah, babe, I'm
First.
going to have some gas out of the fucking lawnmower real quick.
Here, let me sniff these fumes.
I'm gonna coupe de la Zao.
Yeah, I got some lead-based paint chips from 1976. I got a few of them left from the schoolhouse. And then a Ziploc in my pocket. I'm about to eat a few more of them.
So did you partake?
I did not.
Okay.
Because, like, look, I mean, I have another job during the day, and I don't think that's it. I'm not the most educated dude on drugs. Like, I will not pretend that at all. I know they are. And actually, like, the guy on the side of me who's been knowing me for a while was like, dude, you know what whippets are? I'm like, yeah, I know what whippets
Not
are,
retarded.
dude. Like,
Yeah, I want to fucking do it.
Like,
Wow.
been down the road.
That
I just
doesn't mean I want
I took
to.
another road since then, like. So like I can't do that with my job. Not that like, hey, if I don't work where I usually do, I'm gonna do whippets all the time. Like I'm not gonna do that.
Dude, like at this stage,
Never in my life have I thought about, man, I just want to chill today, do some whippets.
Grab some,
Yeah.
Like,
crack some
I'm telling
whippets,
you.
dude.
I'm telling you right now, if this state had recycling where you can like take in your cans and anything metal to recycle it, if you took up whippets habitually, like a daily thing, like it would pay for itself.
You can
If you take it to a recycling center.
I'm gonna do another deep cut then. You're gonna be Leroy.
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
The can man.
You would be Leroy.
Leroy.
You'd be Leroy the can man.
He's a bio legend.
I have a CD, an actual CD somewhere in this studio that has pictures on it of things that I took when I worked for Vision Communications. Fuck those people, by the way. I got fired because I put an open beer can that was skunked under the seat of another employee's work truck because it stunk so bad. And they're like, what if you got written out, pulled over by the police? And I was like, fuck that guy. He's an idiot anyway. But I don't know where I was going with that bit. Anyway. What were we talking
Fuck that
about?
guy
What were we
anyway.
fucking talking
Fuck
about? What were we
that-
talking about?
Fuck your conversation.
The Bayou Legends. There's a collection of them. They're almost like X-Men.
Yes, and actually,
Pokemon
like
cards.
I actually had an idea that I bounced off a couple of people down the bayou, and they said, "Yes, fucking do this." I would like to make a photo book of the Bayou Legends.
So basically,
That's pretty
like,
badbadass.
Yeah, like
There's
People
staples
Walmart
that
almost.
automatically come to mind, you know.
So essentially, people at Walmart.
No, dude. No.
okay, like
For you, yeah,
yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
it's dude, like you have a couple of people down the bayou that like everybody knows who this person is, and like not because like, hey, that's a great guy, like it's not because hey, you know, he's an asshole too. Like
The Bayou Legends in their name states what they do.
yes, Leroy the Can Man
Is his name.
On the CD, I have pictures of him laying very eloquently as I'm in the McDonald's parking lot in La Rose, and there's like trees that are kind of 10 feet spaced apart, and he's just chilling there, arm behind the head, on his side, nice 76-degree day, and a bag full of fucking cans.
dude.
The finest piece of
You
aluminum.
see this? Yeah, I don't know how this dude found this big of trash bags. Bro, he'd be carrying like 4 or 5 trash bags full of cans every day that he just pick up on the side. I would hate to get kicked by this dude for as long as I knew, as long as I was alive, and well before that, this dude was walking up and down.
His calf muscles would blow your
Like
mind.
a Clydesdale.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to his aunt's house when I worked for Vision, who lived all the way down Golden Meadow. It was one of the cross streets where the head end for Vision was. And there was it was a really nasty trailer. And I knocked on the door, and it was me and this guy, Chris Otan. And she opened the door, and all of a sudden she started yelling at us. And I turned and looked through the screen door, and there was a chicken on the porch. And she was in a muumuu, and she bust through the screen door, and she grabbed that chicken, and she goes, "Yo, let my fucking chicken out!" And I was like, "What?" And then we looked. The entire trailer floor was all plywood, and there were pigeons living inside the trailer.
Oh, cool.
And there was an old man in a rocking chair wearing a POW hat, and they had pigeon shit dripping off of the bill.
Sounds like a cartoon, right?
You know,
It was insane, and we were like, "What the fuck's going?" Like, of course, we called in to our supervisor, and we said that it was unhealthy to be there, so we left. But there were toe prints in bird shit on the floor, not footprints, not from toe prints in actual pigeon shit all through this fucking house. You let my chicken out.
Yeah, that's a negative Ghost Rider.
What an asshole.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you fucking idiot lady with the chickens inside your house.
Another one of the Bayou Legends would have to be
Yep.
And it sounds exactly like
You should
what
get him
his
on the
name
podcast.
would. Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Dude, an hour of yeah would be
That'd be
ASMR.
Yeah, that'd be great. Could you imagine?
That would be cool.
Opening up like a pack of Pokemon cards, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Oh yeah.
I think I felt my dick move when you described it. Let's get him on the show.
He looks exactly like.
He sounds.
Yeah, he's literally a black dude from the 80s with Jerry curl and a cowboy hat with sequin clothes that travels the bayou.
Okay, so
now
when,
on a bicycle with a basket on the front of
But
it.
it's a magic bicycle
upgraded.
because
That's
it
how
has
he used to
no
just walk with a
tires.
brief-
see,
briefcase.
when you
Yeah.
said 80s black dude, I just had this like image of Turbo in my head, and then you said Jerry curls. I'm like, is it up or are they down?
They're up now.
He would actually do the show for about a pint of the cheapest whiskey we could find.
Just give him like some backwash rum, and I think he'll still do it.
And a pack of backwoods.
So there's a niche.
Yeah,
I would do that. That'd be awesome.
And look, like yeah, that'd just be like a personal project thing. Like,
And it would sell on the bayou
It
because
would.
nobody else would know who it is. But people on the bayou would buy that shit.
Yeah.
I would buy that
Pass it
calendar.
on to their grandkids and shit.
I would buy that calendar.
Put that in a fucking... Dude, you can make... You can make a fusion of the two to where you have Legends of the Bayou, and it's not just pictures of them, it's dick pics to go with it.
So I think we're coming up with a new, down the bayou
Because then
theme
we'll
show.
finally know if Yaya's Jerry curl matches the curtains.
Where are we gonna find? Where are we gonna find a cowboy hat like that?
That's gonna be the trick.
My wife is very crafty.
What a passion project, you know?
Get a Woody doll, Toy Story. A Woody.
We'll get Randy to crochet a little hat.
Look, it's a little worm hat.
But feel
It'll
like
probably come out as a yarmulke or some shit.
well, the thing with Yan too is like he cleans bars, like that's I guess
For
how
free.
Well, I think that's how he like kind of made the day by day, like. But he will walk up to you and have a full conversation with one word,
Yeah.
and
It's amazing.
and you need a response. He pulled a taser out on Tony.
Okay, there's a story behind that taser.
There is no, I cannot tell it. When Tony comes on here, he has to
Tony,
tell
you
it.
got to come on the show, man.
was that at that was at Boogie's?
Yep.
Okay, were you there? Yes or no
I
question.
don't think I was there that night, but absolutely.
Okay, was your body
No,
there?
though.
Yes or no?
I'm glad it
I
wasn't.
mean, dude, like I know the story, but I can't do it justice like Tony can because I mean, if you
okay.
get a taser pulled out on you, like
Especially
you
by
want to
that
hear
guy.
it. Yeah, especially by that guy, because
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like a young Charlie Murphy.
He's like a Pokemon. I can only say his name. Yeah, it's cute. Look, man, like, it's really cool.
If me Alpha's on more crack.
I mean, these are legends.
they are.
We know
Yeah.
everything about these people.
Like, I feel like this is like the beginning of a new DSR Talks game show, kind of like instead of Legends of the Hidden Temple, it's like Legends of the Bayou. And instead of temple guards, you have to escape Yaya chasing after you in case you messed up a
you gotta
puzzle.
say it
It's-
right. It's
Yeah.
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 This is
Yeah?
also the motherfucker
Like-
that says Boudin.
Right.
It's Boudin. It's spelled like Boudin.
Say
Like-
Y-A-N. Yan.
Yan,
But
yan.
drop the N.
Yeah.
Keep a little bit of in though.
A little in. Don't look at me like that.
Caucasian, please.
Yan.
like don't touch the tip of your tongue to the top of your mouth with the N.
Yeah.
Do the middle.
Yeah.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, like
You got to
it
clench your
might be
butt.
part of the urban legend, but I don't think he has a tongue.
It might be.
I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't. And like,
To think that Galliana and LaRose has urban legends.
What's good? The good news is that you're going into a profession that will take a deep dive into
okay.
these lores.
but one thing I do know about him, because a guy that I work with is his cousin, and we talked to him the other day. He's deaf.
That
But
makes
he's
sense.
No, it doesn't, because he's always talking on a cell phone. When I started, I had a camera way back in the day when we had the 13 Extreme or Extreme Sports
Oh, wow.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
High school we had like an Extreme Sports group. I was a photographer, so I got paid $2 a day instead of $2 a month instead of $1 a month
That's pretty good.
because I was a photographer.
You're moving up.
Yeah. But I really got into photography, I think 3 or 4 years ago, like hard. And the thing is, like, I got my first camera for YouTube. It wasn't even to take pictures. Like I wanted to make YouTube videos, and I don't think I made like 6 maybe today. Like I ended up taking a picture of our husky that we had at the time, and when I did that, I was like, cool, this is cool. I think I can get into this because I love art. I like drawing. I like doing all that. Music. I think there's a big connection between like music and art and all that. But I've seen that like I can take a picture and then I can take it into a program and draw on it. Essentially, editing. Like editing is a huge deal with what I do. So, back to your question. When I first started, I pretty much exclusively did landscapes and just scenery.
Easy to do around here.
Yeah, and we went to Canada. Me and my wife went to Canada for a honeymoon, and I started out with, it's like a $300 setup. It was like a $100 camera body with like 2 lenses. It wasn't anything at all. But we went to Canada. We had Canada is incredibly beautiful. got like probably some of the best pictures I ever got still with that cheap camera over there. Went to New Orleans, did some cool pictures. One of my Superdome pictures got like kind of viral. Like actually the weatherman from Channel 8 shared it on his Twitter, and like I was told it was like shared all the way into like Mississippi.
Yeah.
Guys, go look it up because it is super sick. The lightning struck behind the dome just at the right time, and he caught her, and it was just amazing.
It struck so hard that it made the Mercedes logo spin on its side.
I'm gonna tell you something about the Bev Gravon didn't like that.
Yeah.
I like the logo to be straight, Bab, and so that's my screw name to Sam.
May what?
And like I actually the weatherman from Channel 8 actually like messaged me back like, hey, what's up with the Mercedes-Benz sign? Why is it crooked? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like I think it was spinning at the time. I don't know. Maybe the projector was off. But that also shows you like, hey, it's not fake, because if I can actually fake this stuff, I would change that. You know,
It's got its amount of realism built into it because it's not perfect.
I am still trying to change that. If you see the picture and it's changed, I changed the Mercedes-Benz sign because that aggravates me really bad with it.
So I imagine that something like, some recognition like that absolutely kind of fueled the fire, right? Like you're doing something really cool.
Yeah, it did. And look, like it... And still now, like it started out, and it is still now like an art thing, you know. Like I like to deliver something that people like to look at, you know. Like, and you know, it's cool. Like when people say like, "Oh, dude, you know, that's a cool picture, this and that." But like, you know, I really just like knowing that I am putting something out that I'm okay with, because if I'm okay with it, I know everybody else is okay with it. Because dude, like I will take pictures down to like the pixel and like, oh, this pixel's black and I want it to be, you know, green, or you know, like it is. I'll put way too much work onto my end of it, and I know if I'm okay with it, then other people should be okay with it, and that is like a big thing. Like it makes me feel good about it.
It sounds like you're in love with the process as much as the art form.
I am, and
it's amazing.
And even like beyond,
that's it.
Yeah,
right
you see
there.
how it's crooked a little bit. I think the projector was turned sideways, so yeah, that's it. And also I tell this story every time that somebody asks me about that picture. Like, hey, dude, how you got it? Like, the hardest part about that picture wasn't getting the lightning or getting any of the settings right. I actually had my camera set on a trash can across the street. The hardest part about that picture was my wife almost like ready to beat me, because like there is a tornado pretty much coming. Like it is like supercells coming.
So she was with you.
Yeah, she was with me, and like we had an awesome day, you know. And I'm like, before we go, let's walk up the street. You know, I want to go take some pictures of the Superdome, do some long exposures and this and that. And dude, the grands were coming. Like it was about to get bad, dude.
And hell in the draws, bro.
And dude, the whole time, I'm like, oh, one more. And we need to go, and I cannot blame her one bit for it, because
Life-threatening.
yes, yeah, it was very dangerous.
It's real lightning.
Yeah, it is real lightning, and it happened a lot. There's many more pictures of that one.
Believe it or not, that's not the only time lightning struck that day, probably.
No,
Yeah,
no,
fair enough.
The best thing about what you do is it's always when you find any type of art, no matter if it's music, if it's photography, videography, and there's a style to it that you can absolutely peg to the artist, right?
Yeah.
And so we all went to, as the Rebellion, we went down to downtown Thibodaux. There was an art walk, and Dave had all his prints on display there, and that's one thing you can definitely see. in your photos is there is a theme of your style, and you now I know if I see something, the recent Instagram photo you put up with Rattlesnake Dre, you could see is that same style. You have a styling to your artwork, and that's going to get you a long ways because that's what stands out in a crowd. It's when you hear somebody that's singing a song and they may have a good voice, but it's not a voice that you can pick out of a crowd. I say it all the time. If you hear Reba McEntire, you know it's Reba.
Yeah.
Sorry. It is what it is. I'm just saying, you talk about a voice that stands out, it's because not everybody sings like Reba.
You got a signature on your stuff.
So, like, with I want to bounce off the Reba thing real quick, just because I feel like I need to stick
Just
this
need
in.
to piss me off more. Sure.
No,
Let's go.
Okay, like your Beyonce rant that one
God
time.
damn.
I completely, I don't agree with it. Like, look, Beyonce can sing this night. Like, dude, I honestly think if like
That's great.
a female singer for today that will like people will look back and be like, oh,
And that's a classic.
Well, like she did shit. Sia.
See ya.
Dude, look,
Okay.
and like, yeah, okay,
Why is that?
It's out fucking left field, and I'm not talking about like back like 70s, 80s, all that, like they not even 90s, like Alanis Morissette, like yeah, okay. I need to before I say any of this, I need to try to keep some of my cred. I am a metalhead. I love metal. I love rock. I love this. If a musician can actually perform, especially like I've been listening to like a lot of vocalists and singers. Yeah. This chick can sing. She also wrote most of the hits for other artists. She came out with an album that other artists said no, they didn't want anything for it, and that like every song from that album is a hit. But the thing that caught me about this chick was she has a music video for Elastic Heart, the song. And the thing that got me was the thumbnail. Shia LaBeouf is in this music video, dude. But yes. Yeah, and dude, I clicked on it like, okay, yeah, this has do it.
Do it.
Yeah. I was like, okay, somebody made a stupid music video for it. No, it's a legit music video. I went and watched the behind the scenes of the music video after, and it's art. And like one thing I can say about like this chick is she wears like that stupid hair thing because she doesn't want it to be about like her image or whatever, because apparently she got big.
Big what?
I researched Sia. Okay, apparently she got big in Australia. She's from Australia. She got big in
her
Australia.
name, Sia.
Yeah, yeah, like that's what she goes by. You've heard her songs.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And dude, I'm I don't know. I don't know where I was going.
My thing is this. What we were talking about is how you talk about people that are supposedly classics then, but nobody knows who the fuck that is. Like, who the fuck's Sia? I never heard of that. Have you heard of that?
I don't even know how to spell the bitch's name.
She's one of those that you don't need to know her name, but you know her work.
But are they going to call her a classic?
Well, dude,
that's the saddening part, is that they're actually going to call Beyonce a fucking classic.
Oh,
soon.
hell no.
Yeah.
Well, dude, like,
Yeah, it only takes 20 years, right?
She's vintage already.
Shut up.
Well, like you can't
She's
knock
no Victorola.
you can't knock the bitch on her age by calling her vintage like that. She's an antique.
Do y'all remember when she did the music video here in Bayou Buff?
For which
Out in Kramer. I don't remember which one it was, but it was where she was out in the swamp and she's dancing on a fucking wharf.
Was that
in
like
her high heels, and she's got like a flapper outfit on?
Man, was that Lemon Party or Lemon Stand or something?
Single ladies.
No, I don't
No.
remember that important.
I'm not a Beyonce buff. I'm
No.
just being an ass.
I thought you dug Beyonce.
Oh, I do.
I thought it was like number 3 on your iTunes playlist.
I appreciate what she does, especially with her whole body.
Yeah. But
Unfortunately,
look,
that goes back to pretty much everything. All the talent behind big names were normally people that were no names.
but I think Sia's a big name. I do. Like, I think she had like some pretty big hits.
Maybe
recently.
I'm just too old and white.
Yeah, and look, like I shouldn't
And
be
ginger.
fucking talking about Sia. I shouldn't. Like me being 30 and like
And to see
and
it.
love Slayer. Like, I shouldn't.
It's good to show your depth on the show.
Is this her?
Yes.
Okay,
But-
I got the
Oh,
spelling
yeah, I know
right.
who that
yeah,
is.
with the white and the black.
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, she looked like Courtney Love, but off the drugs.
Yeah. And like, she doesn't do like the face thing. But that's besides the point. The thing, like, go watch her music video. She got, it's a little girl from one of the like the dancing reality shows or whatever. She does like ballet and stuff, and like her music videos are art. It's not just like I'm gonna lay on a I'm a twerk and lay on a couch and do it. Like it's art. Like
Yeah, I'm in a huge champagne glass and a bikini.
What
Yeah.
you talk about, like WAP, was a work of art.
dude, look, I can honestly say I've never heard that song. I never want to hear that song. I never want to see the music video. I don't want any. That's
Phil's rocking a WAP right now.
It's like if the real Slim Shady was black with a WAP, that's the music video.
I'm a white ass pedestrian, man.
Shabbat.
yeah. No, if you got a chance, like
I'm gonna check it out.
well,
I'm gonna
yeah,
give it. I'll tell you what. By the next episode, I will have given Sia a review, and we'll let you know. It's gonna be a little spoiler alert with no spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, you've heard her songs already, for sure. Like
Yeah.
Chandelier.
Chandelier. I
Never
would
heard
say
of that.
I would say watch Elastic Heart. Elastic Heart music video is like,
Okay.
if you really watch it, and it's kind of deep. Shia LaBeouf's in
It's
it. He's in it.
it's
How do
good.
y'all feel about Billie Eilish?
I don't mind her, to be honest with you. I don't.
You know, it's like
You know why I dig it is because I saw a video of her when she was before she was anything, and she was like in Southland Mall with like a keyboard and a couple drum machines, just going hard, bruh.
She's
Like,
talented.
it was super cool because it was like, okay, well, she had a MacBook set up, and yeah, she was running some plugins on Logic, but she at least had the know-how to put it all together and make it killer.
Yeah, I can totally get behind an artist if they write their own stuff and they perform their own stuff, and it's not all auto-tune and this and that. Like,
Especially like that. Like I said, she was in a random mall.
Yeah.
You know, people were just kind of passing by, not giving her any mind. They were kind of tipping here and there, but still just going as fucking hard as like she was filling an auditorium.
Yeah.
She brought a fresh take to a otherwise stale genre, and you could argue she's not even in the same genre, but what happened was, I mean, it was the right place at the right time, and it's just her and her brother.
yeah.
Her brother's the one that writes the tunes, and she writes the vocal stuff. And
And she's got
also
a cool voice.
Well, and dude, like, going off of that, like, I think the first video I seen of Billie Eilish was on the Howard Stern show, and she did it's one of her softer songs, but like she goes like to a whole nother octave, and like she goes through 2 octaves on the song, and she nails it.
Mm-hmm.
So like Howard Stern show's not gonna auto tune anything.
No.
So like, okay, you can actually sing this. I can respect that, because I cannot sing. Like I can play drums, I can get by on guitar, I can follow along on bass. I cannot sing. I can't. Like, and that's one thing that like, oh, even Andre can sing. You know, like, there are just some things that like you cannot do, and that is one. So like, if dude, I'm decently driven as far as like, if I want to do something, like I'll figure out how to do it. I cannot sing, so like if I see somebody that can belt it out and really, really do it, like, you have.
And
my
you see,
respect.
my vocals are pretty on point, but my jealousy comes in because Phil is the absolute best butt trumpet player on the bayou.
like seriously, those traditional horns that you would use to
It's
introduce a
amazing
king.
how hard he can clench for that French horn sound.
It-
It's so
it-
clean.
It's on the puckering of the lips and just blowing at the right
Your
time.
asshole has lips.
Every asshole has lips.
Your butthole looks like Joan Rivers' mouth.
It kind of look like I don't want to say calamari, but what's that other like fish food that's fried?
Mon Calamari from
Yeah,
Star
there we
Wars,
go. Yeah.
the species.
Have you seen this
Wow.
asshole? And it looks just like Mon Calamari. Yeah.
Well, look, man, I definitely am an advocate for going a little deeper than what you give off, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the show's for. I mean, I would have never argued the fact that Beyonce is relevant at any point in my life other than on the show.
Yeah.
And I still stand by it. I think it's true. I think she's a staple, and she's going to remain that way forever because of the amount of time she's been around.
Yeah.
And the money that's behind her.
Even though she's a racist.
I mean, she could be. I don't give a shit.
She is. And I'm okay with that.
So?
Because it's like Phil pointed out today. We're all racist, too, because he hates the fucking Swedes, and they're white.
I love the Swedes.
Well, I mean, Hitler was like the most racist, and he's famous.
But he was also born in 420, so I give him a pass.
you give Hitler a pass.
So 420, fucking right.
I mean,
George Takei gets a pass for being gay because he was born in 420.
Oh my.
yeah, man. I mean, I think it's just awesome to find other people that are not only driven by the art form itself, but the process that brings with it. And the fact that you're turning it into a business for yourself just speaks volumes. And you said you started doing this about 3 years ago, like actively pursuing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no. Like, I got a camera like 3 years ago. And that's another thing, like when I get something, I get into it. Like, I will research it and try to perfect it as quick as possible. I dive head first. Andre, that photo shoot that you're talking about was actually like the first portrait photo shoot that I did. Because, dude, I was scared to death of actually taking a picture of somebody and then having to give it to them and like, hey, here is what I did for you.
Kind of putting your shit out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, dude, I was scared. Dude, when I first got a camera, I'm like, hey, I'm never going to do this for people. Like, I just want to go take pictures of mountains because mountains aren't like, hey, fuck you. My mountain looks shitty right now. Like, they won't say that.
And if you did, you did too many whippets.
If I'm...
Wow,
yeah.
wow.
Why is that snow brown?
So, yeah, like, so Andre was, like, the first dude that, like, I took pictures of as an actual person. And dude, people always, like, they were always like, hey, come take pictures of him. No. So, took pictures of Andre. Loved how they came out. I'm still really happy, 2 years later with the pictures.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
Like, really, really
You
happy.
heard it right here on the Dank Swamp Rebellion that photographer is Dave LeBlanc took the first ever dick pics to Rattlesnake Dre. Sponsored by NordVPN.
So if that's the case, did he have to use a stunt cock?
No, those are
Because
just
it's crooked?
He does his own stunts.
He does it clearly because his dick's bent.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has a rattle at the end. It's crazy. Yeah.
So the rattler is on the is kind of like hair on the nuts is now braided, and
It's
they
his
have rattles on
It's
each
his front
braid.
tail.
Oh, okay.
We can talk all
It's his
day
front tail.
on how awesome you are, but people need to see it for themselves. And where can the public go to check out what you're doing?
Facebook and Instagram. On Facebook, you can either find my page. It's David LeBlanc. David is actually like my birth given name, even though everybody calls me Dave. Then my business page is DL Media. So Facebook.com/DL Media. And then my Instagram is _Dave LeBlanc _. And it's spelled LeBlanc. I know through telemarketers and people not from down here, there's a C at the end of it, and you do not say the C.
That's right.
You do not say
It's supposed to be silent.
See, in American, you pronounce all the letters like it's not Boudin, it's Boudin.
it. Dude, I have a
It's not LeBlanc, it's LeBlanc.
And look, like, this is...
It's not Richard, it's Dick.
This is for another episode that I'd be really glad to do with y'all. I have a very, very big problem with the alphabet and spelling of the English language.
I think about it all the time, how garbage it is.
Like, dude, I cannot stand it.
How
Like,
is it that every other country in the world has their kids in school learning 2 to 3 languages, and English is the hardest to learn?
Well,
That's not true.
I had the answer. I had the answer
Oh,
to that.
absolutely.
It's not. It's just relative to what you
You know how
already
many
know
bisexual women I know?
that don't know English.
Right.
See, that's the trick. The reason is that all these other countries are so close to each other, they don't have a choice. But English is the international business language. In America, we have all these other slangs, dialects as well too. In the South, they like to overemphasize the vowels. here in Louisiana.
And obviously in the north, you like to underemphasize the vowels.
No, like up north in any country, especially in Germany, as an example, it's real German or precise. Whereas in the south, because they share a border with Austria, they like to emphasize, like up north, like if I would say I was ich, ICH, down south it'll be a ish,
Yeah,
ICH.
Germans pronounce it as ish.
Depends on which German you're talking to, whether it be a northern or southern German.
Slovak.
Formal German, ich bin, I am.
No, formal German is ich bin.
It would
Not
be
ich bin, that's an Australian dialect.
It wouldn't be ich, though.
Phil is like the Wikipedia of the show, man. He's like if Encyclopedia Britannica was upright and walking again.
I am great when it comes to bar trivia.
Mein Führer ist das.
Dufia, nicht mein Führer. Es ist scheiße und tun.
Das ist mein Schnüffler. Es
I
ist kalt und kaputt.
know, klein.
Preisgasen. But
Schnitzel. Well, look,
oh,
man.
I'll eat some goddamn schnitzel.
Oh,
Man.
I
I'm
like
not even
some
go there. But
schnitzels.
guys, check him out. Also, he travels. So for our India listeners, say you have a big old Bangladesh type wedding about to happen, or a street parade that's gonna worship some cows. Your man Dave's there for you. He'll come very quickly to you, and he'll bring 4 cameras, and we will take pictures of all of your cattle.
What
And
if
we'll also bring the cheeseburger vending machine with us.
we ship him out? That way he could go survey. So if the giant monkey fucking ape gorilla guy destroys your property,
Right.
you'll have photographic evidence for your insurance company.
Yeah, I'll pretty much be a human security camera.
Also, for the one guy in Canada, you heard how much he likes Canada. He'll come take your dick pics for you.
Yeah. for free.
Frozen tundra. Make sure you go check out Dave LeBlanc, DL Media. He's got his stuff everywhere. He wants to take a picture
And
of
he wants
you.
to have your stuff everywhere.
He wants to take a picture of you or anything else that you own. It's amazing work, man. I really appreciate you coming on. Make sure you go check out Dank Swamp Rebellion, DSR Talks at all your social media outposts, imposts inside. Good morning, good evening, or good night to you, listener, viewers, you beautiful son of a bitch.
Now for the song inspired by Dave LeBlanc, Ocular Journey.
Ocular journey through history's destiny. Oh.
listening to Dank Swamp Rebellion. Check us out on DSRTalks.com.